Hello. Today I want to teach you some patriotic songs. To be patriotic means you're in support of your country. And if you don't know, Monday is Memorial Day, when we remember all the men and women who died to help our country. This is America, or you may know it as My Country 'Tis of Thee. I'm going to sing a line. Can you repeat it after me? My country 'tis of thee, my country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's bride, land of the Pilgrim's bride, from every mountainside, from every mountainside, let freedom ring, let freedom ring. This time, can you sing it with me? So we're going to sing it together. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's bride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Now I want to sing it again, but this time I'm going to sing it down where my voice is. You stay singing up where it's comfortable for you. So you're going to start on that same note. Okay? My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's bride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's bride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
And this is our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Now you may notice that this song uses some strange words. This song was written a long time ago about a very specific event. You can watch the video to learn a little bit more. But let me explain a few of the words. Oh, say, can you see? Can you see? By the dawn's early light. Dawn is when the sun comes up. Can you see when the sun comes up? What so proudly we hailed? Can you see when the sun comes up? That flag that we saluted, that we hailed? At the twilight's last gleaming. It was there last night when the sun went down. whose broad stripes and bright stars. They're describing the flag. Through the perilous fight. Through perilous means dangerous. So is that flag there? Did it survive the fight? Or the ramparts we watched. Ramparts are a part of a fort or a castle wall. They're those parts of the wall that stick up that you can hide behind if someone is shooting at your castle or your fort. It was so gallantly streaming. It was so gallantly streaming. To be gallant is like to be proud and to be proud. The rocket's red glare. So when the rockets and the bombs were exploding, the bombs were bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. So in this time period, there was no electricity. They couldn't shine a light and see which flag was flying. They had to wait until the bombs were exploding. And in that flash of the bombs, they would look and see, oh, I thought I saw the American flag. And that was the only way to tell who was winning the battle. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Is it still there? Is it still waving? Or the land of the free and the home of the brave? Is it still waving over America? So these words, they're describing a specific event, the Battle of Fort McHenry in the War of 1812.
The Star-Spangled Banner is the national anthem of the United States of America. This familiar song has a long and interesting history dating back more than 200 years to September of 1814. The new United States of America, barely more than 20 years old, was at war once more with Great Britain, in a war called simply the War of 1812. War had been raging for more than a year and a half when a young American lawyer named Francis Scott Key was sent to a British ship, the HMS Minden, to negotiate the release of some American prisoners. The negotiations took a long time, and because Key had heard the British planning an attack on Baltimore, Maryland, they wouldn't let him go until after the battle. On September 13, 1814, the British attacked Fort McHenry as Francis Scott Key watched anxiously from a ship a few miles away. The battle was so fierce that Key was worried that the British would win. As the sun set, the sky turned red, giving a last glimpse of the American flag as the battle continued into the darkness. The fight raged on all through the rainy night, but once the rockets' red glare and bombs bursting in air stopped, Francis Scott Key could no longer see which flag was flying above the fort. It wasn't until morning, as the early light of dawn revealed the aftermath, that he could see that the American flag still flew, meaning that they had not been defeated. Key was so inspired that the next day he wrote a poem on the back of a letter he had in his pocket, and on September 16th, he was released in Baltimore, where he completed his poem. It was originally titled Defense of Fort McHenry, and was printed in newspapers from Georgia to New Hampshire. The poem was set to music, and various versions became popular, but it wasn't until 1889 that the song was first adopted for official use by the Navy. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson ordered that the Star-Spangled Banner should be played at military occasions, and President Herbert Hoover signed the bill that officially adopted it as the national anthem on March 4, 1931. Although the song has 4 verses, most Americans today are only familiar with the first verse of the Star-Spangled Banner, which is sung everywhere from baseball games to firework displays and 4th of July celebrations. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Star-Spangled Banner. Goodbye till next time.
Now you'll notice that I'm going to sing it first down in my octave, where it's more comfortable for my voice. Then I'm going to try and sing it in your octave. You can sing in either one wherever it's comfortable for you. And if you need to jump around as the song goes a little higher or lower, you can do that. I'm going to sing a line. Can you sing it back? Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see? By the dawn's early light, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed, what so proudly we hailed, at the twilight's last gleaming, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars, whose broad stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night, gave proof through the night, that our flag was still there, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star, oh, say does that star, star-spangled banner yet wave, star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free, o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, and the home of the brave. Let's put it all together and it'll sound something like this. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Did you know that the national anthem and the American flag actually have a code of etiquette or rules of what you're supposed to do when you're singing the national anthem or when you're around the American flag and how to treat the American flag? You can see the attachment for some of them. But the problem was, when the song was written, everyone kind of sang it their own way. And so when they got together to sing, they were singing a little bit differently. So in 1940, almost 100 years after this song was written, they decided that we're going to make an official way to sing it. and they wrote out how fast you should sing, what notes you're supposed to use, what the official words were, and many other things. And that was so that when people got together, they could sing the national anthem together. And that is the code or the etiquette, the rules for the national anthem. Have a wonderful Memorial Day.